And we're live. Hello everyone, this is the Ninja DC joining again for another video for podcast video because no longer doing reacts for now. At least until we get the next Hell of a Fine video. Hell of a Boss.
Hell of a fine. Hell of a steal, you mean?
But next up, I just joined everyone, blah blah blah. What happens when I got interrupted by my own yawn, but join me again is, going by YouTube order, I guess, Second Opinion.
Hi there, it's the Second Opinion once again. And from a critic first and a fan second. Well, actually there are a lot of things we're potentially reviewing here, so it's a guy who talks a lot. How about that? But not so much that I'm intending to keep going here. You can move on.
Alright. Next up, Jen.
I may be first, I may be last, I may be late for brunch, but I am first and always Jen. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
That's amazing.
And I tend to repeat myself a lot. Sorry about that.
Alright, and then next up, Day.
Hello, everybody. Daylover here. How are you doing? Hope everybody's doing great. We are going to do a lot of games here today, but including Beastars. I hope you're all ready. So let's go. Yay! Next. Who's next? Ninja, go! Second, go,
Alright, just make sure. I thought I messed with my headphones for it. Yeah, next up is Carlos.
Hey, this is Good Middle Gator here. Just telling you all to keep calm, keep cool, and be butterflies. But not the ones from Star Versus.
Oh.
That's it.
Ooh.
Aww. I was trying
That's a
to, I was hoping you could shoot lasers and stuff like that.
All that power and it corrupted.
Star Versus. That's such fun.
Mm.
That is such fun.
Alright, and then, yeah, I guess it's everyone. We went through the intro. Alright. But yeah, I guess, so who wants to go first? We've been up to this past 2 weeks.
All right. I would volunteer myself if no one else wants to, Jess.
Sure,
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. I'll be the one to announce. Konami had its first ever digital Next event for their Yu-Gi-Oh franchises. Sort of like an E3 like showcase for like their own company for the first time in like ever. And they're the last ones of the big three card games to actually go and just say, we're making an official duel simulator.
Ooh.
So, you know what that means.
It's time
Vanguard.
to duel.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this for like the number 4 on that list for like top card games. Vanguard, please understand we need a duel simulator if we're going to actually get some attention. Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and now Yu-Gi-Oh! Finally now has their own official duel simulators. Vanguard, just do this. Just so that you can at least compete with the gigantic boys that have a lead over you because of history and such. Back from the 80s with Magic, back with the 90s with Pokemon, and back in the 2000s with Yu-Gi-Oh! You just gotta be the one for the 2010s. I know you can do it, Vanguard.
Man, that is like all your adolescent card games in one whole thing.
Vanguard is the only one that can actually attempt this at this point. All the other card games like Duel Master and such are very much localized in Japan. Yeah, which, yeah.
I hope that they're going to make the arena as lively as the series, or how to say that, like make monsters appear on your phone or something weird like that.
Yeah, but also, yeah, unless if Digimon were to try to overthrow Vanguard, if they manage to put the jump on them with like their current new card game. Just saying. But getting back to like for like the stuff shown in like in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Digital Next, we're also gonna be getting Arc V for like the upcoming Duel Links update in about like a few months time. So if anyone's a fan of pendulums, well, now's your chance to get into the game.
Well, we actually just started Magic again not that long time ago.
Yeah, my friend finally roped me into Magic because he had a big group he just wanted to add all his friends to, and that was like the last geek box I had yet to check, so I joined and I got Daylover back into it too after her days as a better player than you let on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So afterwards, there's also going to be an actual Yu-Gi-Oh! 7th video game that's going to be coming out internationally instead of just Japan, which means people are at least going to have a taste of like what the Rush Duel format from the newest Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is about, including seeing all the characters from it, which the covers showcase all the main characters and all the main rivals, and I'm like, yes, show all of them. These characters are love. These characters are life. These characters might overthrow the old guard of Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of like likability. I'm sorry. I mean, I know the style's iconic, but the new characters are just like, they're fun kids. They're actually diverse, different personalities. One-shot characters that you could put into this show, guess what? They have long-lasting effects in the narrative despite that. I just love the heck out of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. And yeah, the current arc is looking to be like really nice with like whole weaknesses. And hopefully the next episode is going to be the big plot twist about the main character actually being a villain. And actually being done properly, unlike you, Arc V. Which
I still remember how much you were hyping Arc V for us.
Until the disappointment happened. And then it went from possibly being at the top to being at the bare bottom.
And this is good at being disappointed.
Especially, and even for like a person like me who doesn't mind like even bad endings, one character who was fantastic all throughout was forced to swallow the happy pill and be happy, even though in context, both his best friend and his sister perish, essentially becoming assimilated into main character personalities. Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah, I'm never gonna forgive them for what they did for Shun. He should have just left the show. He should have just left the show moody. Like that was at least better, like keeping his dignity instead of like just swallowing and just being like, I'm gonna be happy even though I have no friends anymore, except for the Lancers.
Can't speak to whether I'd agree or not if I actually saw it, but yeah, I will say there is such a thing like as an ending that, you know, even if it like whether it was or wasn't what you were hoping for, there is such a thing as an ending that can ruin a story. Like, it's weird how stories work. Some can be like lame for half of it or not much to speak of for half of it, but then just like hit it out of the park enough from the half that matters, effectively rendering the rest just filler that's no pain to get through. And some of them can crash over just one or two details.
That's true.
Alright. So, yeah, and the last one is something about a new format for dueling called Cross Duel. We have little to no information about this one, but it's the last one on the Konami eShow. So, if you guys are interested in possibly getting back to Yu-Gi-Oh!, I would probably suggest going for like the Rush Duel game. Because, my God, you would be making so many Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge references. Did you just summon a bunch of monsters in one turn? Yes, so that's against the rules, isn't it? That's the OCG rules. Screw them. I got Rush Duels.
Yeah.
Screw the rules, I have Rush.
I have
I like
money.
it.
I'm Seto Kaiba.
Screw the rules. I have Rush.
I
Screw
mean,
the
there's
rules,
literally.
I have green hair.
Yeah.
Screw the rules.
This-
I have pointy hair.
Mhm. Oh, continuing on, for manga news, Hirohiko Araki is finally announced the ending for like his longest part yet in the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, being part 8, JoJolion, after 10 years, and it's gonna end this coming August on the next issue of Shueisha.
You mean the whole JoJo manga is going to end?
No, just part 8,
Okay, never mind.
Part 8 is the longest one, being running for over 10 over 10 years.
Oh, good God.
So wait, the whole JoJo phenomenon has been on the rise and gained mainstream attention all along. That's been the one that's actually been coming out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, aside from the anime adaptations, which are super popularized, like the earlier parts, and we're now currently waiting for the official announcement for part 6, which is the last part in the old universe that Araki has done for JoJo, before we get to the Steel Ball Run universe, in which it's going to be equestrian racing. Hell yeah!
How about that?
All right. Did anyone just get MLP JoJo crossover dreams? Because I just did.
Yeah, me too.
This reminds me of the Friendship is Manly. This reminds me of that the Friendship is Manly animation. I'm like, that's my life.
Yeah, we gotta keep.
You thought you were going to come in first, but it is I, Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
And just wait for your whole Dio Brando memes to suddenly become, oh, Dio's a dinosaur now. Who knew?
Wait. Dio is a dinosaur?
Yeah, part
everyone
7.
has to
Part
have
7
Dio now, right? Just because he's the breakout character.
Okay, who does the writing on this? What are you on? And where can I buy some? Because this is just this. Okay, yeah, pretty much is what the question I just asked. So that you thought you were human, but it was I, Dio, the Tyrannosaurus.
No, not Tyrannosaurus. Actually, Velociraptor.
Yay!
Clever
Makes
girl.
it even better. Yeah.
Clever
No,
girl.
legitimately. Instead of vampires, we're dealing with like a dinosaur, like that's like literally has the ability to actually turn other people into dinosaurs.
What?
Okay. We were talking earlier about like anime. You shouldn't probably I shouldn't probably introduce to somebody if you don't want them to say that anime is weird. I would be like, okay, you know what? For I guess troll purposes, introduce them to JoJo and just see what happens. Happens.
Oh god, especially if they're a music buff, then they're just gonna be like, why are some of these characters named after famous musicians?
Exactly. And you know what? That's the first person. I feel like that is the first person you should introduce JoJo to, a music aficionado. And the first person you like a music aficionado, and they'll be like, wait a minute, why is this man in Mario Speedwagon? Or why is this man Steely Dan? Like, why are there all these music references? And like, and then you have to check them off every single time the person gets it.
Why does that guy look like Elvis Presley?
Yeah.
Why is his ability named after a Prince song?
Yes!
Why is there so much stuff going on?
Exactly. And then you just toy with the person as they're doing it, or another way you could take a shot for every single time time they get a music, or that person can take a shot for like every single reference they get right. You know.
Oh! By the way, in the most recent part 8, you want to know how modern the music references has gotten?
How modern is it?
One of the later assistants for like the main JoJo literally has a Snoop Dogg stand.
Oh
yes.
My God. Snoop Dogg. Okay, this needs to happen. This needs to happen. Snoop Dogg in an anime. I want this to happen. I want it to happen. Hell, you can even make it an anime about 420 if you wanted. I want this crossover now.
His
I want to
stand
see
is
what
literally
Snoop
named.
Dogg stand summons.
No, okay.
No, I know what it summons. I know exactly what it summons. It summons pretty much something. It summons some sort of weed god or goddess or something. That's what it does.
Okay, the stand user is actually like nicknamed the plant appraiser, and literally the stand's name is Doggy Style.
Yay!
No.
Well, JoJo was always making music references, to be fair. Characters like REO Speedwagon and Master AC/DC. Yeah.
Steely Dan.
But then there's also like another stand user that's literally named. The stand is named Born This Way.
Yeah.
Okay, Lady Gaga needs to be a member in JoJo. Okay, I really need this to happen now. Ooh. Oh my
Never
God!
get any of the piano soft rockers in there.
You just gave
Piano
me a
soft
brilliant
rockers?
idea.
Don't know about that. I mean, like aside from that,
What?
Oh
aside from that, the only other big stands is Soft and Wet from Prince and Paisley Park.
Oh boy.
They're
always referencing these guys either by naming them after them, but yeah, piano soft rockers. There's the flamboyant, out there, wild one, Elton John, and the sophisticated tough white guy one, that's Billy Joel, and the one who sucks, that's Barry Manilow.
Why did Barry Manilow hate?
Okay. Well, he kind of has to lose, but like he's in a niche field, and he's clearly the least of the three. Even if you're like, he's not that bad, it's like, what are you gonna say? Oh, well, clearly Barry Manilow's soppy little love ballads are better than Elton John or Billy Joel, who put enough classic rock songs into the world to.
Okay. They're piano. I get it. They're piano virtuosos, and Barry Manilow is, well, he's
cute.
Okay, yeah, he's cute. He's harmless. It's cheese.
Yeah.
Unless they put him in charge of Pebble and the Penguin.
And it's cheese too.
Soundtrack.
But who doesn't like cheese unless you are lactose intolerant? You know.
Yeah.
But also, Gator, you gave me a fantastic idea. You said something that there's a stand called Born This Way, right?
Yes. You want to know what it is?
Hold on a minute. Before you tell me, I just put in a note to draw Lady Gaga in a JoJo style, a JoJo art style.
Mm-hmm.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure art style. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, it's in the art queue. It's gonna happen.
All right.
What were you saying? Sorry.
The stand literally is a biker riding a motorcycle that wields ice powers, and the only way for it to trigger is whenever the target is opening something.
Okay. Got nothing on this. I got nothing on this. I really do.
Yeah, it's legitimately
One
like
more
one
time
of
to
the
make sure I heard that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a stand that only activates whenever the target opens something. And it's very liberal on what opening something is.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
What?
Quick! Open my soda! I already opened it back at the bus stop. You imbecile! Open your mouth! It's already open. Alright. I'd like to apologize to everyone in the diner for this. Everybody knows what comes after that line.
Oh my god. Okay, here's a really funny quick little thing. Okay, questions to the group. Okay, if you could have a JoJo character or a stan, and what he, she, or non-binary should do. Stan or
Get the big cut off. I think somebody's mic is picking up a lot of background noise right now. But that
Really?
Yeah.
like off and on, yeah.
Okay. I'm hearing the purring cat from probably
that's-
Yeah,
Derek.
that's my end.
I'm envious. I'd love a purring cat.
Mm.
The cat.
Okay,
The
if
cat.
could
The
pick
cat
any
is the cat
stand.
approves.
If you could make your own character and stance, what would it be?
Yeah.
I guess
Yes.
that's the question. Wow, that's hard. Do we have a Beethoven one?
No.
Should be.
Then I would make that and make it like the stance is like him playing on the piano, and then the piano notes attacks the rival.
That's a good idea.
Okay. Okay. Here's a much more interesting idea. Claire
Uh-huh.
the Loon.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, that's a good. Ooh, is that a name for a stand?
No, it's a musical piece that was
Oh, I know what
recently
that is.
used in Danganronpa.
Oh,
Even though it's a very classical song. I just wanted to be like the ability is like you hear like the most like inspiring song like that like demotivates you from like getting into combat.
nice.
Like it eats away your will to fight the more you're exposed to it.
That's kind
Ooh,
of cool.
that's
kinda
cool too.
EC, what about you?
I don't really watch JoJo, so don't really have
Just
much
imagine
context.
like insane character with like insane powers.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't have to be a musician though.
Yeah.
Could also be like, what's your favorite character, and base it off of that, and just make their powers like every mixture of any anime that you like. That sounds insane. No, I want a One Punch Man one.
Oh my God,
It's like the
yes.
stunningly plain one that sends everyone flying.
Nice.
It have to have the Team Rocket, launch, so they become a star. Wow.
If I could have a stand in this, I think it would be like two. It'd be two. One, I think a Lady Gaga character stand. And JoJo, I have no idea like what I would call it. I don't know. Part of me wants to call it Lady Gaga, but then it'd be just too. It's too on the nose. It'd just be too easy. So, wait a minute. Just call it Chromatica. Bingo. Done. Just call it Chromatica. There we go. And then the other one, I'd love a Jimi Hendrix kind of stand that wields that has its guitar and can do the same thing as the Claire de Lune effect, but at the same time uses it. But when all of a sudden you're already like high from the music, he then turns the guitar into an axe and then beheads you.
All right, so definitely get that. I mean, like there already is inspired Jimi Hendrix characters. Slash, I think like Highway Star is a Jimi Hendrix song.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, wait. Either that or Speaking. Speaking from Part 8.
Like, did you know that Dio is also named after an album?
Well, Dio? Yeah. Well, I thought it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
My name is
I know.
Dio, and
it also means God.
Yep. Dio. That Dio is like the best reference of all. He's a reference.
Holy Dada.
It's pretty much. He's the best music reference of all. All the hard rock.
No,
all the
you
hard
know what?
rockers.
We need a villain. So DC have to come up with the villain.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We need more villains.
Yeah. Like you gotta make sure. It's like
you can only have a good hero if you have a good villain.
I got a point, but yeah, and villains can have fun here. What's this together mode here? And why have I picked seeing this picture of a bunch of steps?
Because we are ascending them together into. I had no idea.
No, I was
Into
going to
the
say like you're going
unknown.
to make a Stairway to Heaven reference
Oh!
and make a stance like that.
That's even better. That's even better.
I just imagine
Wait. Stairway to Heaven? I mean, technically, no one has directly done Stairway to Heaven, but Heaven's Door and Made in Heaven have already been a thing.
Yeah, Heaven's Door's already been done. Heaven's Door's been done, so.
Yeah, Heaven's. Yeah, and Made in Heaven is literally a villain stand.
Ooh, it could also be like it's other villain that's actually copying it, but instead of like the stairs going up, they go down.
Actually, that's easy. That's a better name for that. Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
That's already a stand in part 6. Someone beat you to the punch, and literally it is about suicide. Like legitimately, if I'm going down, you're going down with me, literally.
Oh my goodness.
Why would they do that?
Oh
The
dear.
song is not about that though.
I'm sorry, but that's not the rules I made. It was a Rocky who did it to begin with.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I think we've done more than enough to divert ourselves from this. So yeah, well, let's move on. Let's move on to other people now, guys. Come on.
Okay, well, Daylover and I recently saw together 2 Peter Pan adaptations,
Yeah,
both of which can be seen for free. Yeah, and I have almost completed my quest. In fact, in the meaningful sense, I might have already pretty much completed it. But yeah, to see all of the Peter Pan movie adaptations.
Woo!
I think there are a couple for TV that might technically count. I'm not counting any that are like TV episodes or miniseries or such as that. But anyway, I can actually give you the tiering list of all the ones I've seen so far. Most all of them. First, well, actually, here's one that I didn't get to. I did not get to Peter Pan prequel with Smells Like Teen Spirit. And I don't know, does anyone want to convince me that I need to?
I don't even know what that is, so.
Stance. We need a Weird Al stance.
Disney, that's actually a Disney movie. Disney made a Peter Pan prequel. And this is appropriate now because next year they're coming out with a straight up remake, I don't know how faithful it's going to be, but a new adaptation of the straight up story. And I'm a little scared because, live action Disney has a habit of trying to be woke in a way that isn't actually that woke. Just like, hey, praise us for making corrections that are not only not ahead of the curve, but if anything, are barely even on it, or if even that, straight up behind it. Like, and then, I mean, I don't know if I can trust them to be clever about, because, let's face it, Peter Pan was kind of, or at least in one aspect, it was flippin' racist for the time. It was,
Yeah, it was.
Americans were supposed to be what little kids playing, cowboys and Indians think they are, except that really is kind of what they were as far as the author cared, but, crime of ignorance and all that, but, yeah, I don't know if I can trust Disney to be clever about it, but anyway, that aside, the tiering list of all the adaptations so far, and I'm just assuming that Peter Pan with prequel with Smells Like Teen Spirit is in the F tier. Maybe I'll give it a chance and it'll turn out to be, I'll be like, no, actually there is some synergy there, but Smells Like Teen Spirit and Peter Pan, but I'm not holding my breath. Others at the bottom tier, Peter Pan Live, that musical version with the girl from Glee everybody was making fun of.
The one with Walken as Hook?
Exactly.
Oh.
And
oh.
yeah, and Return to Neverland, Disney's one of many cheap knockoff sequels or hey, it has the picture you recognize on it, you should buy it and watch it. And then, yeah, stuff, Mia Farrow's super boring musical adaptation, that kind of thing. And then the barely adequate tier, I'm gonna go a little controversial here and put Mary Martin as Peter Pan in there, the original musical adaptation that was basically a showcase for Mary Martin, which, I mean, yeah, I'll give her this. She's charismatic, and she's got pipes, but, yeah, I mean, unless there's a better version than the ones I've seen that was recorded for TV a couple of times, and, yeah, the 50s Golly G. Willikers acting, and or just, like, every line delivered so upbeat and for effect and not at all for authenticity, even a little bit. Like, let me put it this way. I rented the Disney film more times than I could have possibly counted when I was a kid. It was my favorite movie. I also came across that one at the store, and I rented it once. And there's a reason it was only once. But, yeah, like, I was actually a little more patient with it the last time I checked it out. It is faithful, and it is a relatively chill adaptation and all that, and Mary Martin, even if she doesn't believe in the authenticity of the story, or, like, her ability to play a little boy, she does believe in the dignity of theater, so she's trying to be entertaining, but, I mean, it's so condescending little kid puppet show type stuff. So, yeah, she can sing, but it's not called Peter Pan the boy who was actually a grown woman but could also sing. It's called Peter Pan the boy who wouldn't grow up. So then, the good tier, the stuff that ranges from passably entertaining to full-blooded. There are a lot in this one, loosely in ascending order. There's Hook, which a lot of Spielbergian touches there, but the people kidding themselves like, critics. Who besides critics doesn't love that movie? Steven Spielberg, that's who. Considers it one of his weaker jobs as a director, and he actually did pump a lot of magic into the beginning and end. I agree with him that those are its best parts. Everything with the Lost Boys is so Mighty Ducks.
It is.
Except Rufio. I totally buy him as the guy who would be in charge when Peter Pan is away. And as, like, a what-if story, it is kind of intriguing. Like, okay, what if we faithfully adapt the book, but just, like, tweak it, change what happened just a little to, like, okay, what if Peter Pan was just the slightest bit prone to falling in love, and when he finally did, it changed him forever. There's some intriguing stuff there. I'm not one of those, like, Mighty Ducks, thumbs down, like, who am I kidding? I watched the Mighty Ducks back in the day and fell for it, but I mean, yeah, it's a, blend of magical Spielberg and cheesier Spielberg, and also in this tier, the art house Peter Pan movie you've never heard of called Neverland, where what if Peter Pan was Peter Pan but actually had no magic whatsoever in it. Neverland was a carnival with a bunch of, runaways hiding away in it from the security/janitor staff of pirates, because it's a pirate theme park, who want to kick them all out, or so they claim. They actually want to do bad things. Yeah, it goes round and round. This is a very strange movie, and it will make you facepalm a couple of times with, this translates into that. Like, that man who has to dress as the crocodile is after I, Captain Hook, because we got together last night. I gave him a little taste, and now he wants the rest. Like, big facepalm. But still, though, it is a very faithful, and even one that kind of gets the vibe of the dark side of Peter Pan. It will always have an ally in me, despite the fact that it is a flawed adaptation. And what else? The Peter Pan live-action movie from about a decade and a half ago. I think we're coming up on 2 decades, actually, but probably the one you think of when you think of live-action Peter Pan, if you think of anything at all. Again, faithful adaptation, put a lot of heart into it. I think it's underrated. It gets a little corny at points. The superior musical, in my opinion, to Mary Martin's version. Kathy Rigby is Peter Pan, because she might not have Martin's pipes, but she brings a skill that I think lends itself to Peter Pan a lot more, her incredible Olympic-level gymnastic skills. Even at 60 years old, she's, cartwheeling, spinning, twirling all over the stage in a way that Peter Pan would, showing off how acrobatic and how carefree he is, and the stage barely seems big enough to contain her. And I guess she was notoriously shy, but apparently this was the key to coming out of that shell. I totally buy her to the closest extent that I can on stage right in front of me as a rapscallion boy who has no shame and lots of, braggartism and all that. But, this version too, passes the time a lot better. The humor is a lot more 21st century, but British 21st century.
Woo!
And we're back after my computer failed because I decided that I didn't have enough memory anymore.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right, second was sort of got his monologue about his ranking of Peter Pan film adaptations sort of interrupted, but I guess anyone else want to wrap up what they've been up to?
I actually, I think I said on the last recording that did I say in the last recording that I finally finished Okami?
Yes.
Okay, just checking, because sometimes I forget.
But it's a good thing to be proud of, because, it seems to give you a lot of trouble. Because
I have a hard time finishing games by myself. So this is technically the second one that I have done officially by myself. All throughout my teenage years, my sister and I were a team. She would play the games and I would read the guide. I would read the guide for her to see what to do, but we would always, go at each other when it came to fighting games and such. But I was never as good as a player as she was. But now since, we've grown up, so now we've grown up and we live in different states now. So we don't get to we haven't gamed together in a couple of decades. And I'd really love us to do that again. But now I'm I'm on my own. I should really try and game this, the uncool adult that I am. But I finished, the first one I finished was the Xbox 360, was Lollipop Chainsaw. It was Afro Samurai. No, this is the third game I've done. I'm sorry. So, Xbox 360, it was Afro Samurai. By the way, freaking awesome anime too. And freaking awesome anime too. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson. You cannot go wrong. Okay? Cannot go wrong. The game is fun. The game is actually fun in certain areas. There's some where it gets a little annoying. It was fun for a good try. And then second one I did was Lollipop Chainsaw. Oh my gosh. Love it to bits. I would come back to it and in a heartbeat. I would come back to it and play again in a heartbeat, and I've done that actually a couple of times because of how fun it is. How absolutely fun it is. And if I could, I would beat down whatever game studio I could to be like, you need a sequel to this. You need a sequel to this game, please. Please, you need a sequel to this. It is so much fun. And then the third one I did just finish was Okami. Okay, it's a miracle I still have the hair on my head because I was ripping it out at certain points. Thank goodness I was playing with a bunch of pillows here, because there were a couple of times where I actually tossed my controller in rage. So, but overall, I was glad to have finished it. The art style about Okami, is it a bad game? No, absolutely not. No, but some of the side quests are a little annoying. A little bit. But the one in particular that is the worst, that absolutely just was the source of all my rage, was the digging. Oh my goodness!
Like you could just put the dig a hole song.
Pretty much. I almost was tempted to take the game and dig it in the and bury it in the backyard.
Oh my!
I was like, dig this, you know. But other than that, like story wise, absolutely amazing. Art style, beautiful and breathtaking. Very, very different from what you normally see. Yeah, overall, you'd probably love it, but sometimes also annoying because sometimes the Wii remote wouldn't work correctly, so I'd have to draw something multiple times in order for it to register. So that's really the only qualm about it. But other than that, thank goodness. Will I go back to that game? No, I can't do it. Can't do it. I don't think I'd go back to it. However, but now that leaves, I have just begun on my 4th game. And this will be my last one probably of the Wii before I can finally start saving up for a Switch. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Woo!
Just started the prologue. And now but at the same time the guide is like sectioned off like certain stages like prologue and then this temple, that temple, this temple. So I'm wondering like I'm already thinking like, wait a minute. I'm having flashbacks to the water temple of the Ocarina of Time. I'm like, if there's a water version of this, what will this be like?
Uh-huh.
Will I finally do it and actually pull out all my hair?
Uh-huh,
Will I get PTSD, potential PTSD?
Maybe.
You never know. It's exciting, right? Other than games, I've been trying to do more VA auditions and such, and that's about that. And other than that, just working and watching crap. Oh, I have been I don't know what is wrong with me, but lately I have been on a kick of watching Persona 5 playthroughs.
Ooh, that's great.
I've watched Persona 5. I've watched Persona 5. I've watched Persona 5 Royal. I've watched Strikers. I've watched Scramble. I can't stop. I think as we speak, I have Royal in the background, and it's playing the Wakaba Ishiki boss.
Oh.
I think I have a problem.
Nah, that's normal.
I think I have
Those
a problem.
things hit.
Yeah,
I got addicted to Pokemon playthroughs a while ago.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're a Let's Play watcher even though you want to be a player?
It's yeah. The only thing is that the reason only being okay. If it's a game that I know I probably won't ever play, then I'll watch a playthrough of it. But if I do want to play it, I won't watch a Let's Play.
Yeah,
Although
there
was I'll admit I did. I'm a terrible person. I did watch the Devil May Cry. I did watch Devil May Cry. I did watch Devil May Cry 5 playthrough.
Yeah.
But the problem was because I didn't want to get a PS4 or 5. I just didn't want to. But I wanted the game so bad. But I'm like, well, you know what? And I was financially strapped to begin. Like, you know what? I give up. I'll watch it. So I ended up watching that. But I know like I've been staying away from the Breath of the Wild. I know that is going to be my next Zelda game. I'm pretty certain if I don't get a Switch soon, I don't remember if Skyward Sword is on the Wii or not, but who knows. I'm thinking about Skyward Sword, but I'm not sure yet. But I know Breath of the Wild is on my radar. But I've been doing very well. I've stayed away from reviews and spoilers and playthroughs about that because I do want to play that game myself.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to play that game myself. That's on my radar. But let's one thing at a time, and let's start with Twilight Princess because I absolutely know nothing about it. So I'll finish. So I'll start and finish that, and then I'll see where I go. From there. If I go on to Skyward Sword or just jump the gun and go to Breath of the Wild.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Twilight Princess and Wind Waker get like their HD things ported to Switch.
Mm. I bet
Also,
they are
before I
going to.
forget, because I totally
Yeah.
forgot to bring this up when I was watching it before. Speaking of Pokemon playthroughs, if you look on Small Ant's channel, there's one of the more intriguing ideas I've ever seen, and you've likely seen it already if you're listening to this. But a Pokemon Red playthrough with a world champion controlling the AI. Like
Nice.
if Blue, your rival, or Lance, the dragon trainer, suddenly had not only competent AI, but like world champion level. Okay, I need to switch into this to ruin whatever move he was gonna hit me. I need to switch to this Pokemon to ruin whatever move he was gonna hit me with. I need to use this perfect combination of moves. He actually, I think Small Ant, well, he's a good enough player to have a YouTube channel about it, but he gets wrecked a few times.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sounds nice.
fun idea. So, before I forget, back to whoever's turn it was, Jen's, I think.
I think I wrapped mine up.
Oh. Did I go?
I think,
No.
Day is the last one.
Oh, well, I haven't been doing that much besides waiting for a certain thing to arrive with the post. And I've been watching the new season of Beastars, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I also watched a whole bunch of Peter Pan with Second and other series that I will not name for avoiding spoilers. And that's more or less basically it. I stopped streaming because I'm again waiting on stuff to arrive, and as soon as I get stuff I cannot stream no more, so I stopped streaming, sadly. But I will begin again in a little bit over a year. So here's looking forward to that. But that's it.
Equipment and all that.
Yeah. That's actually it, yeah. Not that much.
Mm-hmm.
I have been playing a little Stardew Valley too. And we still need to get a Switch, both me and Jen, so we can have Animal Crossing and play like together.
Yes, absolutely.
At one point. Maybe we could go to an Animal Crossing con in the future.
Oh my gosh! I'd see nothing but
that.
Tom Nook, and I'd see nothing but Tom
Yes.
Nook and Isabel cosplayers all
Yes.
all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to cosplay us then, if we're going. Could we go as a like two like the two twins or something like that?
Oh, it would be hilarious. Like we dress up as Isabella and we stand at the end of a hallway and we scare somebody.
Yes. Come play with us.
or be like Red Drum.
Yeah, sure. I'll be in for that.
That'd be fun. I wonder if that would actually happen. Animal Crossing
thing.
You start telling me to come play with you second forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
I'll either be like, peace, or be like, I promise you, if you stop asking me, cut it out already.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we're going to be standing outside convention doors performing that for people.
One little thing I have done other than Persona 5 playthroughs. I actually have been watching a little bit of the old He-Man cartoons.
Ooh, we have actually done that too.
Have you done the actual 80s ones, or the ones in the 80s, or the ones where they tried to remake it the first time?
The remake it the first time, the 2000s. We did see one of those.
Wait. The actual 80s ones. They're special.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree. Like, Day got curious when I was telling her that there was this, so I had to put it on, demonstrated what I meant. I don't know if it holds up that well. It actually
I know the
kind of sort of bored me.
Yeah.
I kind of like the 2000s version better.
That's the one I just said bored me, but who knows? Like maybe I needed to keep watching.
Well,
I mean, at the same time, though.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I was just like at the same time, though. I mean, I get about the '80s cheese in original He-Man, but like, yeah, especially when it comes to like the new remake that's now out. Like,
I think
I'm
just came out and it has, fans crying SJW propaganda as per standard. Because it gave the female character a plot in it or something.
Because of the whole, it's reminded me a lot about what happened during She-Ra.
Hey, She-Ra is about powerful women. Who knew?
Yeah,
Who knew they were that scary? Who knew they were that scary? Really? Oh my goodness! I still need to see I still need to actually see the remake. I mean, how many times? Here's the one thing I noticed. How many? Let's see. He-Man has, I believe, 2 remakes. She-Ra has 1, and it only took about 30 years to do it.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact though, original He-Man, the show has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think there might be a.
Do I send some 80s babies over at Rotten Tomatoes?
Maybe.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of 80s cheese. The Thundercats, the Gummy Bears, but not any of them He-Man. Like, I think there's a whisper picking up that OG He-Man might be a bit of a diamond in the rough.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I could probably understand that.
But some of these reviews, like, seriously, who has a Battle Cat? The dude had game.
Of course he did. I don't actually, and one thing that's good, I will give the first I will give the first like reboot of He-Man credit is that when you have Adam, he looks like an actual kid. I know he's supposed to be like really young. He actually looks young. The 80s, it was just a recolored Adam was just a recolored version of He-Man. It's like all of a sudden all you had to say was the power of Grayskull and you got a tan. That was it. You know? But here in this, it's like now you say by the power of Grayskull, not only do you have the power, but you have steroids!
Yeah.
I have steroids! Every time I saw like the new transformation, I kept saying like, I have steroids.
I have the juice!
That's even better. But it's funny that like, I gotta give credit to like how Adam was designed. He's not just a recolor. He looks like an actual young boy. Not a boy, but a young, strapping young man. And then all of a sudden, by power of Grayskull, now all of a sudden it's like I have gains, you know. Now he turns into like, you know, the He-Man, so that you can see there's an actual bigger bit of a difference than a recolor. So, and now there's this whole brouhaha about Teela and such. I'm like, what's the problem with Teela? I don't get it. Like, I don't get what the problem is with Teela. Why are you so mad?
Trying to insist that she was more the main character than He-Man was.
Well, see, if it came down to like styles and such, and then it came down to it like styles and such, you know, like, you know, I really don't have any problems with either styles of Teela, you know. I mean, I think in the most recent one, Revelations, she looks like she lives. And you know what? I'm here for it. I would love to see more muscle-bound women there, which can show guys, yes, girls can lift too, you know. And us care about, and you know what? Not all of us care about fear being bulky or whatever. And maybe some of us, that's what we want, you know. Who knows? It could be just nice and muscly, whatever. She's strong. That's the point thing. She's strong. That's all there is to it. And also, for the longest time, I had no idea. I did not know. I forgot that Teela's father was in the Guards and that his name was Man of War. And I'm like the jellyfish? And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, so that's what his name is. I'm like, oh my gosh. And for the longest time, I forgot about that. So it was like getting reacquainted with an old acquaintance. So I'm now thinking I may actually sit down and if I'm bored one day, I may actually just sit down and try and watch all of the old He-Man stuff, maybe from the 80s and the first remake.
Yeah.
For the longest time, of course, for the longest time, like my younger sister is like one of the biggest Skeletor fans, and Skeletor, just oh my gosh, for the longest time we were fighting about like who was the better villain, Skeletor or General Kale from the movie Willow, and for the longest time I was the biggest Kale. I was the biggest Kale fan, but then I realized something about this Skeletor's origins, and I'm like, never mind. And I thought, never mind, she wins this round. Like, never mind, she wins this round. Essentially, Kale is human and Skeletor was human. So,
well, like, if you go original, he was actually an alien. Did you know that? Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Let's just get. What is going on this day? What is going on? Like, I find out Skeletor is a freaking alien after I just watched a Catherine full body segment about Ren.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
I was keeping it because I was just like, I'm going to surprise her.
Okay, congratulations. Jenn.exe does not work anymore. Cannot compute anymore. Skeletor's an alien.
Yeah, trust me, it surprised me too.
Oh, I gotta say this in Skeletor's voice. What?
Yeah.
Skeletor's laughter's too funny. I can't take Skeletor seriously. I can't take him serious. I was like, he's a bag of freaking bones. He's just scared, but he just scared me. But I am laughing too. But the problem is I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that too.
Oh, yeah.
Day, was that in the 80s? Was that in an 80s storyline or is that a remake?
It's before. So that's it's the original what is that appearance of him? He was an alien.
Okay. I'll think I'll really have to actually watch the 80s thing because.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like I watched that when I was younger. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Like I've made a fan art of Blockbuster Buster on Battlecat and fully form and everything. So
I may have to. Yeah, I watched it when I was really little, but that was a long time ago. So
like I remember like watching like the last episodes I watched was with Second, but I do remember watching the movie He-Man when I was like younger. So yeah, that's the one that I remember from. Yeah, but their Skeletor was also a man where like his face got melted off and stuff like that. Pretty dark stuff, but normal 80s stuff.
Yeah, I guess one of these days I'll just really have to like sit down and get reacquainted with He-Man.
Yeah, I must admit, like nothing surprised me anymore in the 80s show. I was like growing up with Saber Riders and stuff like that, so I was used to pretty dark stuff.
Yeah.
The
80s have no idea what they were getting. The 80s have no idea what they were getting away with.
Yeah. That sounds so wrong.
I know, right?
And we're supposed to talk about Beastars, but we're talking about He-Man.
Well, He-Man is a beast, so.
Yeah, that's true. He's still different.
The Beastars.
Wait a minute, there is a Beastman in He-Man, so it could be a segue, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I've seen the least amount of Beastars, and probably gotta get going soon anyway. So can I go first?
Go ahead.
Oh wait, we still have to go through the news and all that, and
Well, like we're done, I think.
You have more news?
no, I just have this up. What I've been up to is,
Oh, sorry.
like I said, I haven't been caught up to season 2 of Beastars because
Like
I've been finishing off Samurai Champloo.
Oh, are you enjoying that?
Yeah, I just finished it. Like I've seen before on Adult Swim, is just like the order was like I swear it was like remember this being in a different order when I was a kid. But yeah, I enjoyed it. The ending was sort of like a little not disappointing, but like I felt it could have had more oomph. And just sort of has like it hits differently. It's like it's good ending, but sort of thing. And then besides, I just been finishing off of the Torna DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which was a good like 20-hour like mini RPG experience. But besides that, I guess moving on to Beastars and news. But just to go over some news, I guess beforehand.
Right.
One of which we already discussed is like obviously Beastars 2 dropped.
Yes.
And we always were discussing parts of the other news, which was the just released this week was the He-Man remake by Kevin Smith, which has been getting mixed reviews. You all there?
Yes.
I didn't know if my computer was failing again. But the one thing I was going to go is like the big controversial thing is essentially that He-Man isn't the main character of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He's not the main character.
Yeah, in this, at least season 1, because this is only 5-episode season because of Netflix. So it could change and more balance out later, but Teela is essentially the main character of this.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
I guess you could do it like that, though.
So it's He-Man, and yet Teela it doesn't focus on him. It's Teela.
Like I could understand it if it was She-Ra, but Teela sounds a little weird.
Well, Teela's not in She-Ra.
What? Really?
No, Teela's in He-Man.
I thought it was the sister.
She's just the guardian. She's the guardian. No.
Oh, sorry.
She-Ra's
sorry.
supposed to. Yeah, look.
I'm mixing them up. I'm sorry.
You're mixing them up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Teela is the bird lady thing.
No, actually, that's the sorceress. Teela is apparently the captain of the guards in Eternia. And Eternia, the one with the bird lady is just known as the sorceress.
Okay, is Teela the princess lady then? Or what does she look like?
I don't remember. I don't think Teela's a prince. Okay, you know what?
I'm going to Google it.
I don't think Teela's a princess.
Because like right now I'm like, no.
I don't think Teela's a princess, but I thought she was like the captain of the guards, but I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's hard for me because I haven't seen the original. I only seen the 2002 version.
No, she is.
And
it is the
to
princess.
summarize that, like Teela was essentially the best friend of Adam and also the daughter of the captain of the guard.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought she was the captain of the guards.
Yes, she is, but she's also a princess of something.
So Teela is a princess.
Yeah, I think so.
She's essentially a fighting princess, it seems.
Fighting princess, yes.
Huh. Warrior princess, huh? But like, what is she? But yet her father is the captain of the guards.
Yeah.
You know what? What?
No.
How? Oh wait a minute, or maybe, wait a minute, or maybe the queen, maybe they have some sort of
guard.
Huh?
It's the kingly. She's captain of the kingly guard, so that makes her the princess because the kingly guard. Get it?
I'm confused again.
Yeah,
Must watch more He-Man. I am so confuzzled here.
Like now I'm looking at, the Google like the Wikipedia thing. But yeah.
I must watch more He-Man or He-Man or something because I'm confused again.
Me too.
How could she be captain of the guard yet a princess if her father is not?
Maybe she becomes one later. Maybe I'm like putting spoilers. I don't know. Just remember her being a princess. Maybe it's me. It's like, no, I'm really going in here.
Huh. Well, as I said, I'm confused. I'll have to watch some more just so I can figure it out.
And her mom is the sorceress of power. I didn't know that.
Wait, she's the daughter of the sorceress?
Yeah. Didn't know that.
Now I'm even more confused. Okay, we gotta move on to the next topic. I'm getting too confused here. I'm completely lost.
Beastars. There we go.
Back to Beastars. I'm
That's
too
a good
confused.
segue.
I'm too confused about He-Man.
Terrible.
Somebody talk about Beastars.
Yeah, well, like you said, you had bits of it, and second,
just
watching a lot.
Yeah, the other news is there's a quick thing. One of which is Beastars, which will be the transition because season 2 came out.
We're trying so hard.
But the only other big news, which was, there's a bunch of big news, but the other one I wanted to cover is like that the Steam Deck is a thing. If you haven't heard.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this. I've heard of the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And I've heard like it compared to like the Nintendo Switch, and like, man, you sure talking a big game.
Yeah, I already have a lot of games on my Steam for my computer, so I'm not going to do that. No.
I am curious because I mostly play on Mac. Not play on Mac, but that's my computer. So like having like a portable thing that can play a bunch of Steam games that aren't the Mac compatible ones actually does interest me a lot. However, I'm not sure how good the emulator is. Like the thing, because it's technically a Linux-based thing for their Steam store. So how well it's going to basically emulate the Windows thing, I'm curious. Because it's like their whole marketing is like, oh, I can play every Steam game, but there's already issues with some games with certain like DRM, like anti-piracy things in them, and it just doesn't play well with it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I am interested in that, and especially since especially if it does what it promises, it seems like it would be a pretty good deal for like basically a portable PC unit.
I don't know. I want to Switch more.
Yeah, I'm of the agreement too. I've been wanting one for
so long.
I've been wanting one for a pretty long time anyway. Although there are some great games on Steam that I'd love to have, and finding Mac compatible Steam games can be a little bit of can be a little hard for me, but I don't know. I'm not gonna like jump at the bit to get a Steam Deck like right off the back.
No, me neither.
Honestly, a Steam Deck just feels like a smaller version of a laptop.
Yeah, but like I already have my stationery, and I'm going to, if I ever get a computer, I want a stationery again. I know like everybody wants a laptop, but no, stationery is for me. With Steam on it.
Yeah, again, to me, it really depends like how well that like Steam can, like if they really can play every game on Steam through its emulation thing, then I think that really is a good game changer. However, it's just basically like, oh, it can play these 100 games that work with the Linux infrastructure. Then like, man, I mean, you can technically load Windows on it and then play games, but that is literally taking away it is literally making it like a smaller laptop.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's yeah, so I'm not so sure how popular it'll be unless if you've always been like an Apple user and it's just like, I'm not gonna buy Windows, so I'm just gonna buy the Steam Deck just because of how obstinate you are.
I mean, it does have potential if they finally get their freaking Linux thing to work properly. And essentially they offer the convenience of a console gaming, but like for PC games, like that could be a big game changer. It really could be a new big business model for Steam. However, it's like if that software works and like because I think a lot of people aren't necessarily against PC gaming. Like a lot of people just don't want to deal with like building their own PC and all that. And keeping up to date and like all that. Like that's just, it's like, yeah, it's not as hard as it used to be, but it's still sort of a tedious thing that people often want to do. If they can essentially say, play your PC games, or with basically the infrastructure, like just the usability of a console with its like thing, then yeah, this could be very good. That's why I'm waiting to pre-orders. Like I want to see it in people's hands and how well it is emulating that.
Yeah.
And also, in general, how comfortable it is because it does sort of look weird. But I guess with that said, let's move on to Beastars before our second has to leave.
Yeah. Let's talk about Beastars. Yeah. Since the dub is officially out here and for the Netflix.
Well, I mean, I think I should, well, me leaving is probably good so you can discuss spoilers, so, because I was only able to get 2 episodes into it, unfortunately. That said, you've got my attention.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, yeah, it basically seems like the idea was, okay, let's age up Zootopia, to, mature Zootopia, but, even that, like, with characterization this strong and, like, relatability moments this strong, I mean, even that much, you've got me listening. Like, Zootopia, I mean, I agree that it deserved to be the, sensation it was, and it is a pretty strong movie from Disney, but, like, it does kind of it's almost one that I want to be like one of their absolute best, but like instead I kind of walk away saying that pop song is a pretty good microcosm for it, like the I wanna try everything. I mean, it's sung well, it's very melodic, and it's scored very well, but I mean just the essence of it, I mean, like, you play back the lines to yourself, I won't give up, I won't give in, I want to try everything, it's, like, it's not really a song that, like, puts you in anyone's perspective, like, I don't know if, that's exactly the song you're gonna be, remembering, 5-10 years from now, like, I mean, what Elsa sings Let It Go, even if you're sick to death of that song, you picture this character who's been kind of the heavy, kind of the, suffering killjoy this whole movie, suddenly shedding that and, like, deciding that she loves this ice power of hers after all. What do you picture when you hear wanna try everything, like...
Guess so.
Vaguely thematic, but like, that's kind of what I get from it, just, like, the... talking about, like, the characters, they talk about stereotypes, like, at least as much as they actually, live them, as, like, how that factors into everyday behavior, plays off itself, anything like that. I mean, it's, I mean, don't get me wrong, the characterization is pretty strong. Like the Judy Hopps rabbit, I swear that should be on some kind of all-time voice acting performance or something like that. That you get a lot of emotion out of that darn bunny. But I mean, it's kind of all the talk about stereotypes and the third act breakup that has to happen because of course these characters have to say yes in a stunningly harsh way the wrong thing at the wrong time, and I don't know, it feels like it's from the outside. It's a from the outside looking in kind of a movie at the issues it wants to get at. It's not really like, okay, we're going to put you right in this character's shoes. And I mean, meanwhile, first episode with, what's her name, the bunny, where, where she has trouble, like, accepting, the other's companionship or, I think it's implied love interests because everybody wants to protect her, take care of her, the cute bunny, and even though she probably could kind of use it on some level, it's like she doesn't see herself that way as someone who wants to be protected, as someone who enjoys that kind of relationship. But I mean, they get it across in far fewer words than that, but I mean, like, that is actually real. Something like that is real easy to see where she's coming from. And I mean, like, I think I'm already at least as into these characters as into the ones from Zootopia and just what else, like some of these, like that deer that you desperately want to see get hit, and our wolf protagonist had to stop that from happening, but then they actually walk him back a little bit and make him like maybe just like coming up on sympathetic, and I mean, other characters you grow to like less and less, and this mysterious scent that can, I guess, apparently turn animals primal, or whatever they're getting at there, whatever the mystery is with the character dying and how episode 2 ends. And I mean, you've got my attention. I think I'm going to be back for more, even though I doubt we're going to be doing another podcast on it anytime soon.
Maybe we will.
So, okay, like that's all nice and good. What do you think about the two central protagonists for Beastars?
Oh yeah, just to sort of break this down, I think we'll start, at least because of various exposures to this, we'll start mostly focused on season 1 discussion, and then we'll transition to season 2, then beyond.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'll might sit what I think of the two protagonists and withdraw. I said about the bunny, the wolf, like, actually, weirdly, I feel where he's coming from too, like the guy who's almost like, pretty darn strong, but like almost aggressively wants to be the good, I'll say, person for lack of a better word, but just like has trouble getting the hang of like how he presents himself, just like trying to, I mean, but just like wanting people to, if not see, then at least well, if not appreciate, then at least recognize his goodness. Like, he just always seems to be trying to start with that. And I mean, like, that's complicated, but actually, I mean, I think I really get where he's coming from there too. Like, I mean, I've definitely been in compensating modes like that. So I mean, I think this is gorgeous animation and a lot of thought put into where they're coming from with these characters, at least so far, and with this mystery for that matter. So I think I can roll with how very, very weird it is.
Yeah, and that mystery is actually the focus of season 2, just to give you a context.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm out. Good seeing ya.
See ya. See you a second.
See ya.
Good talking to ya.
See ya.
And I guess it's
So
not
Jen,
here
what did
anymore.
you, as someone else who's just starting out the series or previewing the series, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, like I were skeptic at first when I started watching it. I was just like, I don't know if this is going to be too much for me because I have like a thing with like blood and gore and stuff like that being too much for me, and I would rather watch something that's a little bit more homey, or how to say that without sounding weird. But it actually, as second set, got me, and like I got interested, and now I saw like full season 2 like today because I needed to know what was happening, what was going to happen. So I guess it got me, even though that there is still things in it where I'm like, okay, this is a little like much, but it doesn't go over the edge of like where I think it becomes too bad, or how to say that. So yeah, I would recommend it to people that likes stuff like that. A little bit the adrenaline pumping. A good message to like, or that like I get a good message out of the series, but maybe I'm just looking too deep into it, so I don't know. Who's next? You gang? Yeah.
So Jen, what are your thoughts as someone just started it?
What?
Yeah, because you just started the series. What are your initial thoughts on Beastars?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm still trying. I'm still trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to get to the past past the fact that I'm watching animals, and I'm watching like andros and such. And so it's too early. It's too early to tell, and it's too early to tell. But I still have the WTF am I watching kind of feeling. But from what I've heard and such, I guess just give it some time. You give it some time to simmer and give it a chance, and who knows? Maybe I'll be praising the hell out of it, or
I definitely think you should give it a chance. Yeah.
all right. Now I forgot. It is on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Oh, perfect. I'll see. I will further watch it, and then upon later, hopefully I'll have more to report. But actually, at this moment, I actually have to go. I really got to get my stuff. I really got to get my stuff done.
Oh, bye, Jen. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Well, guys, here we go. What about you, Gator?
Oh, me. As a manga reader, watching like the Beastars. Like I didn't watch the dub yet, but I was watching the sub. So I mean, I kind of might have sort of fallen out a bit on like how I felt about it. I never even rated Beastars as like say some of my top favorite animes of all time. But even then, it's like it's kind of hoping for the potential of Beastars to continue on past like the last arc. But like with like these 2 seasons here, like all together eclectically, make this nice little like sandwich of just like, hey, you want some like nice ending the story with like even though it doesn't resolve like Lugosi of the consequences of like what he had to do here, even though he felt like he had to do stuff here. It's like Lugosi really made season 2 very much all about the guys and about their relationship, while literally forgetting about the romance plot that had it told in season 1.
I actually don't
And
mind that as much. I
Mm.
actually enjoyed season 2 too, in its own way.
I mean, for me, I gotta be honest.
You missed
Really
the
was
romance.
more of a. I was really more of a fan of the Louis stuff. I mean, the Shishigumi. I'm sorry, I'm a Shishigumi fan. They are such a good Pride of Lions.
That was a good plot twist, or how to say that.
I mean, it's like a nice band of misfits, like all together because of like the eclectic, the accumulation of like all of like the flaws and defects of society, making like these strong line characters to like need to bunch up together for like a low detect like stuff like this, like crimes and such. But then like continuing onwards from that, it's like. Like Louis himself, like going through perhaps like the most extreme version of like, I want to rebel against you, Dad. I will show you like I have full agency in my life.
Yeah, I was actually
coming
really
around.
surprised, like how well he adapted himself into this civilization. That's weird. Like for me, it was like, okay, yeah. I actually getting a little scared of this tier. Weird.
Oh yeah, and let's not forget the fact that in this season we had Lugosi pulling a Joseph Joestar maneuver, in which we like to call the Tequila Joseph disguise.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I was just like, what are you talking about? And then I remember like he was in a lady's dress. It was clever, but still, like I just the look on the face was like the best.
Yeah. I guess like
Wait, I missed what you said, or
Tequila Joseph.
This is this is from season 2.
Yeah, but all in all, like grown to really do like these characters. Really appreciate the dub's portrayal of them as well. Yeah, I just hope the final season gets adapted in a way that at least can make us feel a bit more fulfilled than the manga.
Okay, it's like there's 3 seasons.
Well, I mean, because like we're already at the end of the second season, which is the end of the second big arc. Next season is going to be the last because it has to focus on the last arc.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing that sort of confuses me because I wonder how they're going to do, because essentially there's 1.5 arcs left, because there's sort of like an in-between slice of life arc basically, and then there's like the main arc, which is actually a pretty long thing. So it's like I'm wondering how they'll be able to cram all that in like their standard 13 episode season.
Unless if they were to go with like say like why not do 18 episodes just for like Beastars to feel finished. If not, like I can't imagine them just going to be like, hey, let's just give like 24 episodes to the final season. Because like the way that like Fruits Basket did for like its final season, just being like, okay, we're gonna not give it 24 episodes, let's give it 12. But like I'm just saying, like that's why I don't feel like very likely that we are gonna get like 24 episodes or even 18 episodes for like the final season.
I mean, logically, it seems like 18 would be perfect for it, but like, because that's the thing is like, because otherwise they're gonna have to rush and cut some content. Which the only other thing I can think of is they might do like a shorter half season, because this is Netflix, they're okay with that. But and like they are sort of the ones, I think they are directly funding this, right? I can't remember if this is one of those they're directly funding or they bought the rights to. But
I hope for a first season. That's all that I can say.
Yeah, because I would really like if it was like the next season is a half season setup, and then like the final arc is like a regular 13. That would, I feel, work well, and I don't want them to cut content. I guess we sort of moved away from the subject at hand, but I guess my initial thoughts is like back to Beastars, like yeah, it's a very interesting show. It's like everyone jokes about being basically the adult version of Zootopia. However, it does offer like it is a different world fundamentally. It is that's where deep it is. Like it's basically like Zootopia, but it's like that whole
It's
predator
more
DNA
realistic.
bull crud was actually real.
Yeah.
And there's just like a lot of fundamental problems. Like this does delve deep.
Yeah.
Do we want to move on to season 2 or just more of a?
Well, like you can always find a character to relate to. Like, yeah, that's also a thing like I really liked about the series. So, yeah.
That's
so far.
Just to bring up, this offer my thoughts. I actually wrapped something I was going to bring up, which is I feel like all manga, anime, and all stories have their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And Beastars, I feel the main plot is actually, especially near the final arc, is it's not very well paced. Well, like its plot structures well, but what the series does excellently is the characters.
Yes, I agree.
Characterization for all the characters and all that is like just brilliant. And like just watching again, I did my own rewatching, not really rewatching, but I've already read the manga, but now actually going back and watching season 2. I was like how much I just love Legoshi as a character and just like all the characters, like it was such great characterization.
Yeah.
That is the strength of the series, which I really
I guess it was easy for me to like Legoshi because I already have a fondness for wolves. I liked wolves since I was like a young girl, so yeah, it was just like natural. But actually, I grown to like really like Haru and Lewis too. Like that's my 2 favorite main characters actually, and then Legoshi and the others. So I don't know. It depends. Like you start with a character where you're like, okay, I could, and then like live with this character, and then like season 2 happened, and then I was just like, oh, okay, now I like this character more. Yeah. But I guess I'm also a little weird with the characters that I like. And am I the only one that's getting like a message of like you have to like respect everybody no matter like what animal they are, or am I the only one that's getting like deeper message stuff out of this? Like I feel like it became like a little like over the top in season 2 with like you have to respect like everything, and I do get that, but I'm also like, yeah, you're a wolf, so at one point you might have to, defend yourself. But maybe I'm again looking a little bit too deep into it. Did any of you guys get that, or am I the only one?
I think Gator's muted, but yeah, because like I'm still watching through season 2, so I forgot the exact plot points. But yeah, it is interesting. Like, with Legoshi's just sort of coming to terms with like, yeah, he has to use his strength.
Yeah.
As a wolf, like this sort of do, and that is one thing that does probably to the detriment of Legoshi. He does start to use his strength to help others and all that. It's to some detriment of himself, which actually is partially shown in this season 2.
Yeah.
Because Legoshi he's not dumb, but he can make emotional decisions that have bloody consequences on himself.
Yes. But definitely, I think like there was some undertones of like you need to take care of like everybody, no matter again what animal they are. And like I like that message. Definitely in real life we need that message too, but not to the extent of like what happens in season 2. Now I'm not getting spoilers. But yeah, I just like there have to also be what is that, a limit to how much you can actually take on by yourself, or how to say that, where it becomes too much. But maybe, yeah, we can all learn a little about this. Not sure. Beautiful animation though, and I love the music, especially for season 2. Like I think like there were some amazing sounds and like really surprising animation fights.
Yeah, going back to that's one thing I forgot to mention is like, yeah, this is like a 3D animated anime, which is probably one of the few actually good ones.
Yeah.
They really like the style, like the art direction they choose with the 3D animation really helps it sync well, and it's like really hard to describe, but it's like it's very stylized 3D animation, but that really helps with like making it feel good.
It actually kind of reminds me a little of Death Note. I know that it sounds weird, but like the animation style just like being a weird nuance of something where you're like, is this American or Japanese, you know? Where it's just like on the verge of being like, but this is more soft, if I could say anything about it. Yeah, definitely. I especially like really like the way that like when he senses smell, like just the visuals of that, like him getting it in his nose and like down in his stomach and stuff like that. You know, like some foods does that to you too. So it's just like the first time I saw that, I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. This feeling, I had this feeling before.
Yeah, that's one thing actually does remind me like how they use it in BNA. How like that wolf character, like he does his distinct. They have a very stylized like when you smell something thing too, which I do appreciate that because it really does take advantage of like animation being like you can get surreal with representing ideas. Which yeah, we humans can't exactly like have that super sense of smell that sort of acts as like a sort of like a sixth sense sort of like ability, but like they're able to draw and like animate that and sort of get that idea across for us.
Okay. What about you, Gator?
Repeat the question.
Oh, how are you feeling about like do you get underline like everybody needs to take care of each other thing?
Like about making it like a sense of community, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, you know, it reminds me a lot like our world for being like weird, and I know like I'm saying that being like we should be more sensing and caring towards each other, but I think like season 2 got me to a point where I was just like, okay, no, this is now it's getting like a place where I'm like, okay, yeah, this I couldn't do if it was me, but like Legoshi is special, so yeah. I don't know. What do you think about the animation style?
I mean, it's still like really good with like the CG. Like no complaints here about it. I mean, even with like the lackluster opening, which thankfully doesn't spoil anything from season 2.
No, that's great. That I also really like. That the intros doesn't spoil anything from the series. Yeah, you're right.
No. Yeah, I mean, I like the ending, which is just a perfect love letter of like one of the best endings for an arc.
Yeah. Well, I think like they end almost the same season 1 and season 2 with like the two, you know.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me again. Yeah, definitely. So, do you guys have a favorite character?
I mean, just saying, we could go on and on about like, Louis or perhaps like a future character when they get introduced in the final season. I mean, I have my biases, so you know who I'm referring to.
Yeah, guessing Legoshi.
No, no,
I
Isabella
don't know
Lugosi.
anything about the
Final
next
season.
season,
Oh
so
yeah, I
spoiler
mean like
characters.
the only thing
Also,
is like sort
take
of
my
like a.
headphones out now. No, I will not have it. I will
It
leave the
just.
call. No, I will leave the call. I am not.
I'm not
I am
going to
serious.
say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
I am so serious. I am not.
I
I am
I'm I am not going to go in and blabber everything about this character or even a little bit about them.
That's good. He
Or-
doesn't exist, or she doesn't exist for me until like the new season. End of story.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just want to
because
ask. I think I know what character
like.
you're talking about.
I might like. I really like Halu. I really warmed up to her in the start. I was just like, oh no, I don't usually like characters like this, but she actually grew on me, and especially here,
hmm
after season 2, Halu is like really grown on me. It's so cool, I think. Yeah. But Louis is also amazing, but I wonder how he's going to cope now that he has stuff going on. I don't know how much I can say without spoiling for Ninja.
I said I already read the manga, so I know the plot points.
Oh,
he
okay.
knows everything. He knows everything. We
Maybe
can't
it's
spoil him.
maybe it's my turn to leave the call now, so you guys can talk about like the next thing that's going to happen. But I only like saw season 1 and season 2, and I cannot wait. Like I hope I can find the manga online so I can read it. If it's like, as you guys says, it's like the same as the anime, then I'm all for it. But
I mean, just know that there's a bit more stuff that the anime
of course,
censored / remove
there's going
scenes.
to be more. And I was also surprised about like the snake character and like all of that good stuff. So yeah, like that surprised me. I was just like, what? Why is this coming out of nowhere? But I guess like yeah. And I did expect like I was like in the start I was just like I don't know if this is weird to say, but I actually had a feeling like the bear were the one to do stuff with them. I was just like, what? Okay, yeah, it was just like a broken facade or how to say that, but I get what he was feeling, yeah. I actually totally get that and also can relate to that, scary as it sounds. But yeah. Also been where Halua is and like been where Legoshi was, and yeah. I hope I will never get to the last level of that, but yeah. That's a thing. But again, like I think it was amazing. a good experience, and I will recommend it. Yeah.
All right.
But if you guys will continue, I will go. So.
All right. See y'all next week.
See you.
See ya. All right. So I guess it's just the
Let me
two of
guess,
us.
your favorite character is someone's grandfather.
Yes. The man who can be compared to Joseph Joestar himself. Yes. That's how great this character is. Someone's grandfather indeed. Once they get revealed into the plot.
That's one thing is like I was looking through, like I was trying to look on YouTube, like okay, I can't remember was his grandfather revealed yet or not. And it's like,
was it revealed at the end of season 2? Because that's when the first mention happens.
because I can't remember if because I don't know if they include that or not, because I think it was just like a phone call or no, I think it was you actually do see him in like the manga equivalent.
Hold up. In the manga equivalent, yes, you do see him like at the end of like this arc, like when Lugosi talks about them. Hold up. Let me just see.
That's why I was curious because I know it's one of those things they could change and not show them just to wait for the next season.
I'm gonna see if anything's here. Nah. Looks like no. I mean, maybe they're just saving it up for the last season, just for like that whole plot for like a plot twist, you know, to be like, man.
I guess how they used a snake in the beginning of this season, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just sort of like, oh, here's a surprise character, then they sort of leave off the next episode, revealing them. But yeah, that's also I'm confused, like because they have confirmed they're doing another season. But again, like the pacing is like essentially is like one big arc coming up, and then also like the in between sort of like mini arcs, like basically slice of life arc, which I really hope they don't cut that because that's some of my favorite parts of Beastars.
Yeah, I mean, like we can't have like Beastars without seeing Jack try to commit seppuku with onions. Sorry, you can't just have Beastars without that moment. Plus, I need to hear the greatness that is like oh yeah, like the greatness that has been Diskin voicing that. Can you imagine that? You know, Ben Diskin's doing that for the dub.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm really gonna do it. I'm really gonna do it. I don't know, I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah, actually, I sort of love that moment in manga because basically that's not what he was doing with him, but like he just sort of got stupidly stubborn with it with Legoshi. Because that's what I said, like the manga and the anime and all that's like the plot gets as issues. Like it doesn't feel, it's like one of those things like I feel like the author, she didn't like sketch out the plan from beginning to end and just sort of like continually evolving it. And the issue with that is like sometimes you get to the point where you don't really know how you're going to end it, and that's what I feel we got with the ending. It's not bad; it's satisfactory overall, but like some characters I feel get screwed over. That's like the second big female character. Oh, poor Juno.
Juno.
But here's going with this. But yeah, like overall the characterization is just so good, and like that. Yeah, that's the one thing with that is it's like a scene really summarizes. Like you really do get Legoshi and Jack's friendship.
Also, literally hearing about the discourse of like why dogs were made and how mortifying it is. This is legitimately the stuff that we're talking about. The in-canon reasons for why some species were made and how mortifying it is to hear it. Uh, but seriously, what I hope to happen from the last season is we get a Joker style parody for either the opening or the ending. I'm just serious because we need that for Melon.
Yeah, Melon was obvious. It's not even subtle at times. Where she took inspiration from the Joker and specifically the Joker movie. It's some things are okay, you can see where she stenciled the things.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do look forward because I have issues with the last arc. But I honestly did like Melon as a character.
Yeah.
He's such a sniveling little unredeeming sympathetic asshole.
Yeah.
The only thing I really had an issue with is how basically he seemed to be, for the most part, just sort of let go of things. It's obvious okay, someone X or Y could have probably taken this guy out ages ago. It's just his slipperiness becomes unbelievable at times.
Yeah. So
But I guess anything else to discuss before I probably hang up for?
nothing else. I really just hope once we get it, say 2022 or 2023, it can fulfill all Beastars fans' needs. For a satisfying conclusion to make it feel more rewarding instead of lackluster. And
because like I said, I really like the slice of life mini arc before the main arc kicks in. That was honestly one of my favorite season sections of Beastars. And I'm scared that a lot of that might be cut.
All right.
I also hope they don't cut all the apartment people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Especially, sir.
Right.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
I know one of your favorites is probably the seal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's great. He's great. For a foreigner character in Beastars, show the main difference between that and land mammals.
But yeah, I think one of mine also I'm looking forward to is gosh, I can't remember her name now, but the little sheep.
Yeah, Saban.
Saban. Yeah, because it's essentially a young office it's sort of an Agresco character in here. It's I just love her personality and just sort of she seems more mature. She is more mature as a character, but also still influenced by stuff Lugosi does.
Mm-hmm.
And just yeah, I really I said I'm looking forward. They don't cut through a lot of that content, but.
All right, I guess that's really it.
I guess see you in the next recording. Which
all right.
I still haven't decided if I'm going to do the Lord of the Rings Lord of the Rings thing yet or not, but at some point I'll keep you informed.
I gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. At some point. All right. See ya.
Yeah.